All right, welcome to the Retro Bar Room. Coming on the air, we got like 15 minutes before trivia starts tonight, but I just wanted to come on and start to welcome people and make sure my sound is good and all that kind of stuff. And tonight's trivia, I'm going to wait till I actually see somebody. Tonight's trivia is going to be basically exactly like I run my trivia at various venues in the local area. I do it at White Swan. In fact, tonight I was supposed to be at the White Swan until the governor shut down dining rooms and restaurants, bars, which may be good, maybe bad, but I was to be at the White Swan tonight in conjunction with St. Patty's Day. So my trivia tonight was St. Patty's Day themed trivia. And because of that, I'm going to use exactly what I was going to use tonight at the White Swan, because 2 weeks from now, hopefully they get this whole deal cleared up and we can get back out amongst people. And but by that time, St. Patty's Day is 2 weeks old, and what good are these questions? So, and if I use them tonight, by the time we get around to next St. Patty's Day, if I pull them out of the old folder, and people, they ain't going to remember the answers anyway. So I'm going to use them tonight. We're going to play a full round of trivia. I will not have to take a whole lot of time between rounds. You guys are just going to type answers in the comments. Obviously, as far as I know, you're going to see everybody's comments. And so there's really no winner, no losers. We're just here to have a good time. It's not the same as being out at a venue, playing, writing your answers on a score sheet, trying to win a gift certificate, and a picture with the old trophy up here, which I'll show everybody at some point. But we're just going to gather around. You guys are stuck probably. I'm assuming anybody that's playing this is probably doing it at home, maybe at work, who knows. But I'm here in my own basement, what's known as the Retro Bar Room. This is a portion of it. I got some other rock and roll posters on the wall and whatever, but this is the main area of it. So that's where we're going to do this trivia. And in the future, maybe at some point, maybe I'll do a little musical guest down here. I got to find a musical guest. But anyway, tonight we're just doing the trivia. It's going to be St. Patrick's Day themed. Now, because we're sort of trapped inside these days with the virus that's going around, when we are able to get back out there, please make your best effort to get out to some of your local restaurants, breweries, whatever. Go out for the evening, spend a little money. Those places, a lot of them are trying to do the delivery or the pickup kind of takeout meals, but they're not going to make the kind of money they're used to making. So not only are, a lot of these local small owners are not billionaires, and they also have staff who are also not billionaires. So they're going to be hurting after even 2 weeks of being a little bit light, even if they're selling some food on the go or whatever. It's not going to be the same as being open. So when this whole deal is over, and hopefully it's over in 2 weeks and we can get back out there, please get out there and support your local small business people. This is going to be, hopefully we'll have fun tonight, but if somebody said to you 2 months ago, hey, what's your plans for Saturday night or St. Patrick's Day? You probably weren't going to say, hey, I'm going to sit at home and watch some dude wearing a kilt in his basement reading me trivia questions. If you're saying that, more power to you, and thanks a lot. But anyway, like I say, we're going to actually get trivia underway. I do have a habit of walking around here, and I can see myself over here on the screen. And so if I disappear from the screen momentarily, don't be alarmed. I'm still here. I haven't been abducted. But when I do my trivia out at the venues, I just walk all over the place, try to commingle with people. So I'm not used to standing still while I read these questions. Hopefully I don't make you seasick. Maybe I'll try and plant over here a little bit so you can get a full view of my kilt. I bought this kilt last year for an event called Kick Up Your Kilts, which was held over at Stouts Brewing Company in conjunction with Black Forest Brewery. It was a very fun time, and I did wear this kilt there. And they did not, the event did not happen this year. You know, for whatever reason, it didn't happen. But when I decided I was going to do this out of my basement, I thought I might as well break out this kilt and get a second wearing out of the thing. It ain't every day you can throw a kilt on. So I'm here in a kilt. All right. I don't even know what time it is here. I'm going to look at my phone, and then we're going to see how close to 6:30 we are. Well, we still got 9 minutes. Now, when you're here, when you're listening, when you're watching, I do see some people have tuned in, and you know, I don't know that I can tell. I can see when people sign on. I don't know that I can tell that they signed off. But feel free to post. Obviously, post answers to these questions. Again, you know, I'm not going to keep score. Keep your own score. And also, feel free to post other comments, like maybe where you are. I know back in fall when I did some football game broadcasts from the basement here, when I would watch Blue Ridge and sort of let people who didn't have Blue Ridge know what was going on. Yeah, I had people from all over till the PIAA and District 3 and whoever else thought they needed part of the money for me doing it, even though I didn't charge a darn thing. It got, you know, it got out of hand. So tonight, my trivia is my deal. There are no rules. You know, it's good to be king. And so nobody can say, hey, you can't do that unless you pay me a fee at this point, at least not that I'm aware of. It's my own show in my own house, and I'm not charging you guys anything for it. So, but tell everybody where you are. If you're having a, I don't know how on these live broadcasts, if in a comment you have the ability to post a picture as a comment. If you do, if that is a possibility, you know, maybe share the St. Patty's meal or drink that you're having while you're playing this. And I guess on the better side of things, you know, playing at home, you can't win a prize, but you don't have to worry about driving home. So, you know, drink up. You know, it's St. Patty's Day. So anyway, again, we're shortly, and don't mind me if I, you know, I don't have green beer. Pretty sad, but I got a Miller Lite here. But so anyway, again, I'm just trying to see here. I can't see from too far away who all joined us, and I do see quite a few more people than I even expected are here already, and hopefully we'll have a lot more. Actually, maybe one of the benefits of this thing is that there will be some people who maybe, for lack of anything better to do, tune into this video, see what goes on, and maybe join us in real life when we get back out on the venue scene, you know, in a couple weeks. You know, some people, you know, they're a little leery of trivia. They, you know, I hear a million times, well, I don't know anything. Well, how do you know what you know? Because you don't know what I'm going to ask. But maybe if they play along here, it'll be a little more comforting for them when they come out. You know, maybe give it a try for real at some point. But so that might be a plus. This could be like an advertising kind of thing. Wasn't the main reason I did it. The main reason I did it was pretty much to amuse myself, and then on second, you know, behind that, to give you guys something to do if you are trapped at home. So I think we still got about 5 minutes, and since I said we're starting at 6:30, yeah, we have 5 minutes yet. So I'm just gonna zoom in here and see if anybody made a. Hey, somebody likes my legs. Thanks, Barry. I work hard at them. They're a little white at this point. Corwins are present, and we got Connie Buckwater. So, and all these are trivia players who have played at my venues around the county here. And I will say this: I'm gonna in the 2, 3, 4 minutes we got left. My schedule. If you go to Kel Lee's Entertainment Company on Facebook, you will see my whole schedule in calendar form, and I post every day when I'm going to be somewhere that particular evening or whatever. Currently, I do trivia, White Swan. Like I say, I was supposed to be there tonight. I do every Tuesday at the White Swan, 7 o'clock. I do a second and fourth Monday at St. Boniface, right here in Ephrata. I do second and fourth Wednesday at Black Forest here in Ephrata, and both of them start at 6:30. I do a first and third Thursday at Old Republic Distillery, which is a new place here in Ephrata behind the Pizza Hut in Ephrata, right off 272. Same building as Cloister Cabinetry and Javati's. A very nice venue, and I do trivia there, again, first and third Thursdays. I also do second and fourth Thursdays. I just started doing it over at Stouts Brewing in the Black Angus. And again, the big deal of that closing and selling, the pub, the restaurant, the beer garden, all that is still open. The only thing that was ever for sale was the actual brewery, the brewing of beer. So, when you see I'm doing trivia there, be aware that I actually am doing trivia there, and it's not on the verge of closing up in the next week or two. So I do second and fourth Thursdays there. I just got hired to do first Sundays starting in May. The first Sunday in May, starting at, I believe it's 1 o'clock, 1 to 3, I'm doing trivia at the American Legion in Ephrata. That's once a month on a Sunday, first Sunday. And also, at some point in April or May, depending on this virus and also the paperwork they need to do, Wacker Brewing is moving from downtown Lancaster to the old Harley-Davidson showroom in Willow Street, right along 272 or 222, I forget which one it is, but it's right near the Willow Street Votech. They're opening their new place there. And when that happens, I will be doing first and third Wednesdays starting at 6:30 down in Willow Street. So once this virus makes its way out of here, I'm going to be having a pretty full schedule of trivia at a lot of venues in the area. So if you enjoy what we do tonight, don't be afraid to come out and join the crowds at these places. We do have a great time. You get to know people. It's not all about winning and how much you know. It's more about meeting people, having a good time, and making some new friends. So we're going to get going here and see how this works. Again, you guys are just going to type your answers in. And again, if somebody types the right answer, how do you know it's right, I guess? So just keep typing, and we're going to get going here. So this is how it works. I'm going to ask these questions, and if you were at my real trivia, these would be 1-point questions, and then every round has a 5-point bonus question. So, and again, tonight, basically, a lot of the questions have to do with St. Patrick's Day or Ireland, something related to St. Patrick's Day. So this first round has a lot of questions like that. And question number 1, here we go. What is the second largest city in Ireland behind Dublin? So Dublin is the biggest city in Ireland. What is the second largest based on population? When I read these, I'll give you a couple minutes to type your answer, and I'll move on to the next one. And at the end, we'll go over the questions for the round. So question number 1 again. The second largest city based on population in the country of Ireland is what? All right, I don't see anybody typing an answer. I guess you don't know the answer. And I'm not going to sit here forever and give you chances to look these things up. So I'm going to move along just like I would at a real venue. There, Barry guessed Galway, and he's wrong, but he made a guess. And Belfast is not wrong. Now we got people chiming in. Oh, well, I haven't seen the right answer yet. So you guys can keep chiming in, and I'm going to move on to question number 2. Which well-known drink comes from the old Middleton Distillery in County Cork? And this would be a liquor. What well-known drink brand comes from the old Middleton Distillery in County Cork, Ireland? Looking for a brand of liquor that comes from Old Middleton Distillery in County Cork, Ireland. That is question number 2. All right, I see somebody posted the right answer there. Jameson. All right. Again, I'll go over these answers, so I'm not going to go over them as we go here. Question number 3. Give me the name of the actor who played James Bond in 4 films between 1995 and 2002. And clue is this guy is from Ireland. Actor who played James Bond in 4 movies, 4 films between 1995 and 2002. Who is that actor? We have people continuing to join us. I assume you guys out there in the crowd can see when new people joined. But, my goal was to have a bunch of people join in, have fun tonight. And it looks like we at least got a pretty decent crowd coming on board. Again, question number 3, one more time. Looking for the name of the actor who played James Bond in 4 films between 1995 and 2002. Question number 4. What is the national flower of Ireland? Tell me in your answer what the national flower of Ireland is. One more time on number 4. National flower of Ireland is what? Question 4. I'm glad to see, I do see some names popping up that I'm pretty sure never were at a real trivia. So they're getting to experience it in the privacy of their own home. It is a little bit more fun in real life, but I imagine it isn't too much of a letdown here tonight either. All right, I see a bunch of answers for that national flower of Ireland. So we're going to move on. Number 5, St. Patrick himself. What country was St. Patrick born in? All right, St. Patrick. Where was he born? Give me the country where St. Patrick was born. All right, again. Question 5 was, what country was St. Patrick born in? All right, I see a sprinkling of answers to that question. So we're going to move on to question number 6. What screen legend, so that's a movie screen, what movie screen legend made his final appearance in the movie On Golden Pond? Give me the name of the movie screen legend who made his final appearance in the movie On Golden Pond. Looks like my lederhosen is like slinking down my leg here. All right, we have a bunch of answers coming in for that on Golden Pond question. And as always, I get people, can I repeat it? So one more time on that. What screen legend made his final appearance in the movie on Golden Pond? Give me the name of that screen legend. That is still question 6. Now we're going to move on to question number 7. Still has to do with Ireland, but it's a music question. Give me the name of the singer from the Boomtown Rats who organized Band Aid in 1984 and Live Aid in 1985. Give me the name of the singer from the group Boomtown Rats who founded Band Aid in 1984 and also was the organizer of Live Aid in 1985. Who was that singer, member of the Boomtown Rats? All right, we got a bunch of answers streaming in for that one. I'll hold off on the real answer till we go over it. We're going to move on. Now, this question, I really don't think has anything to do with St. Patrick's Day. But here it is. This is a comic book question, actually. What did Billy Batson have to shout in order to turn into Captain Marvel? So Billy Batson was an ordinary citizen, but when he wanted to turn into Captain Marvel, what word did he have to shout? I still see answers for the singer rolling in, and that's all right. One more time on question number 8, comic book question. What did a guy by the name of Billy Batson in his civilian life have to shout in order to turn into Captain Marvel? All right, I see a lot of answers coming in for that one. Don't know whether they're right or not. All right, question number 9. Again, this has nothing whatsoever to do with Ireland or St. Patrick's Day, but it's a NFL football question. Who set the National Football League record with 21 pass receptions in one game in 2009? Who set the National Football League record by catching 21 passes in one game in 2009? Give me the name of that receiver who set that record in 2009. 21 catches in one game. Who did it? All right, that must be a little bit of a thinker there because I haven't seen an answer to that question scroll across the screen at this point yet. So I'll give you a couple seconds to think about that one. Again, looking for the name of the receiver in the National Football League who set the single game pass reception record by catching 21 passes in 2009 in one game. All right, Connie. Al Gore never played football. It's a little. I like to walk around when I do this trivia and take a glimpse at people's answer sheets, and that's a good one. Al Gore. Hey, but she understands the fact that a blank is never right, so you may as well take a guess at it. Now I'm getting some answers for that football question. All right. We're going to move on to question number 10. And in a normal trivia game, and it's same here, except, we're not keeping score, but this would be your last 1-point question of round number 1. And it is a video game question. Again, nothing to do with St. Patrick's Day. In the video game Joust, what animal was your mount? So in other words, in the game Joust, what animal did you ride on? Give me the type of animal, if you're playing the video game Joust, that you would be riding. Type of animal you ride in Joust. Question number 10. I sort of feel like my grandma walking around in this kilt. She used to wear them polyester skirts. And I'm sort of feeling like her at this point. All right, I do see some answers rolling in for that. Got a bunch of selections. It'll be interesting to see what the real answer is when I read it off, which will come up after we finish this round. All right, we are. Somebody thinks I look like my grandma. That sucks to be her. Your bonus question. And it is a St. Patrick's Day related question. All right, your bonus question. A leprechaun. In folklore, a leprechaun had what occupation? So leprechauns, we're going to say they're not real. Folklore, I'm not going to argue about that. But in folklore, a leprechaun typically worked in what occupation? And again, in real trivia, out and about on the town, this would be a 5-point question for you or your team, depending if you were playing on a team or just by yourself, which either or is fine. One more time on this bonus. A leprechaun in folklore would have this as his occupation. We're getting all kinds of guesses on that one. All right, what we're going to do here, obviously at this point in a real trivia game out in amongst the real world, I would now come around and collect all your answer sheets, correct them, bring them back, we'll go over them, and then we'd see what team has what score at that point. Tonight, obviously, I have no answer sheets to collect or correct, so I'm just going to take a little pause here. And I do see a lot of answers. There's more people here than I ever in my wildest dreams imagined would be here tonight. But that's good. I'm glad you guys found me. I'm glad you guys are having fun. So maybe what we'll do right now is just let you people for 2-3 minutes, instead of posting answers, just chime in where you're at, what you had for supper, what your celebration is, being restricted into your house or somewhere nearby without being able to actually go out on St. Patrick's Day. So we will let you guys do that for a minute or two, and then I'm going to go over the real answers for round number 1, and then we're going to move on to round number 2. And in round number 2, in real trivia, out on the town, questions are worth 2 points. It's the only round where they're worth more than 1 point. So it's type of round where you can sort of make your move if you didn't do well in round number 1. Round number 2 is always the chance for you to possibly make up some ground or even move into the lead. So again, I'm going to give you guys a minute or two to just chat amongst yourselves, let each other know where you're playing from. And now we got, can I repeat question number 4? All right, we got corned beef and cabbage and a movie later. Well, that's cool. All right, question number 4 is the national flower of Ireland. Somebody wanted question number 4 repeated, so I'm going to do that. It is, what is the national flower of Ireland? Here we got a vegan shepherd's pie and an Irish red ale beer. Good for you. And then we got somebody who ordered a St. Boniface pizza, and their pizzas are darn good. Back in the day, they used to have food trucks and everything, but since they opened their own little kitchen there, I've had a pizza or two at St. Boniface, and I also had a Stromboli or two, and they are very good. They do a real good job with their food, as do all these local venues. Obviously, Old Republic Distillery down the road here from me, they have their food supplied from the room next door, Givatti's. So they got some good food there. Black Forest, if you didn't know it, they just opened up. They expanded. They walled in their patio, expanded their kitchen, and have a brand new menu. So they have some excellent food. Here in Ephrata, we got the Griddle and Grind, and we got a Press Plate, both, unfortunately, at this point, not able to serve dine-in customers. But when they do, again, reopen, please get out there, support these local businesses. Not everybody on here that's watching lives in Ephrata, but wherever you do live, go out and help these small town breweries, restaurants out. This is a tough time for these guys, and it'd be nice to get out there. This is, if nothing else happened by this little lockdown kind of thing, let it be a reminder that get out and have some fun when you can, because you never know when, as either an individual or a community as a whole, that privilege gets taken away from you. And I'm here on night number 1 and resorting to wearing a kilt to entertain you guys. Can you imagine what's going to happen till midweek next week? Tune in, because you may not want to miss it. So anyway, we got, and again, I'm assuming you guys can read a lot of these comments, so I'm not going to read them all to you. But we are now going to go over round number 1's answers to the questions. All right, question number 1 was the second largest city in Ireland behind Dublin in population, and that is the city of Cork. C-O-R-K, Cork, Ireland is the second largest city. Number 2, the well-known liquor that comes from the Old Middleton Distillery in the county of Cork is Jameson whiskey. A lot of people did get that one right. Number 3, the actor that played James Bond in 4 movies between 1995 and 2002, and he himself was from Ireland, Pierce Brosnan. Number 4, the national flower of Ireland, shamrock. Number 5, in what country was St. Patrick born? He was born in Britain. Number 6, the screen legend who made his final appearance in the movie On Golden Pond, Henry Fonda. Number 7, the singer with the Boomtown Rats who founded Band Aid in 84, and Organized Live Aid in 85, Bob Geldof, lead singer of the Boomtown Rats. Number 8, Billy Batson, civilian. When he was about to turn into Captain Marvel, he would shout, Shazam. Number 9, who set the NFL record for pass receptions in one game with 21 in 2009? Brandon Marshall. Prior to that, it was Terrell Owens with 20. And I think that might have happened back in 2000. So it was Terrell Owens till 2009, and then Brandon Marshall had 21. Number 10, in the game Joust, video game Joust, the animal that you would ride in that game was an ostrich. So you're riding an ostrich in the game Joust. And your bonus, and I did see a fair amount of people actually knew this bonus, a leprechaun. It is said that a leprechaun in folklore, his occupation would be a cobbler / shoemaker. All right, so he dealt with shoes, a leprechaun. All righty, so you guys did pretty well on there. This is pretty peaceful because I can't hear anybody screaming that my answer ain't right and running up to me with a phone. It's actually rather relaxing doing it here in my basement. All right, if you guys are ready, we're going to begin round number 2. And again, in the real world, if you came to my trivia, these would be 2-point questions. For tonight, they're just fun questions. All right, this is another whiskey question. What is the world's oldest licensed whiskey distillery still operating? And your hint is, it is in Ireland, all right? And I'll give you another hint. It is not Jameson, all right? The world's oldest licensed whiskey distillery still operating today, and it is in Ireland. Give me the name of the company. That's a little bit tougher. Just trying to see from here who is participating. All right. Again, question number 1, the world's oldest licensed whiskey distillery still in operation. Give me the name of it. And it is in Ireland. All right, we got some answers rolling in for that one. So we're going to move on. Sports question. Sort of related to Ireland. What sport has official rules that actually include tea intervals? What sport has official rules that actually include tea, that's T-E-A, tea intervals? Give me the name of the sport. All right, we got some answers flowing in for that question. Again, one more time on number 2. Give me the name of the sport that in the official rules actually has a rule covering tea intervals. All right, we're going to move on to number 3. This is an Ireland question and a music question. What is the name of the Irish band made up of 4 siblings, and they had a hit song called Breathless in the year 2000? All right, looking for the name of the Irish band made up of 4 siblings, and they had a hit song in the year 2000 called Breathless. Give me the name of the band. I probably ought to put this live stream thing up on my 65-inch TV as my computer screen so I could read it a little easier from a distance. I just have it on my regular, whatever size 20-inch screen on my coffee table right now. I got quite a bit of electronics hooked up here for this studio thing here today. But I got to say, my roadies and my sound crew did a hell of a job. They consist of me and me. All right, I see a couple of answers rolling in for that question number 3's music band question. So we're going to move on to question number 4. Now, this has nothing to do with Ireland per se. It's actually more of a calendar kind of question. There's BC and there's AD, all right, like 1906 AD. Now, AD, when in Jesus's life did AD start? All right, at what point in the life of Jesus did AD begin? All right, see how he's doing that. Again, question number 4. AD as in BC, AD, 1906 AD. At what point in Jesus' life did AD begin? I see a wide range of answers for that. Whenever I see that wide range of answers, I get anxious to give the real answer, because then I know there's going to be at least some people who learned a little bit tonight. All right. I see a couple answers for that. I'm going to give a minute or two. And in the background here, the retro bar room, you can't get a full-fledged effect of it, but you do see the lava lamp. This lava lamp takes like 6 hours to warm up, but it is actually functioning at the moment. We got some black light posters back there. So it's still a work in progress, but it's getting there. We just had to have we had to empty the whole room, the whole basement down here, and get new carpet because we had a pipe leak, and so that just got we just got it reset up like last week, basically. And that's why I'm able to appear here live tonight. All right, moving on to question number 5. This is another music question, but it's about a band that comes from Ireland, all right? The band would be U2. And the question is this: in the U2 song, Shadows and Tall Trees, the name is taken from a chapter title in what famous book? So the U2 song, Shadows and Tall Trees, is also a chapter title in what famous book? Give me the name of the book that had a chapter named Shadows and Tall Trees, which then became the title of a U2 song. All right, I'm not seeing any answers scrolling for that one yet. We'll give you a couple of seconds on that until we move on to the next question. Oh, I hear my wife walking around upstairs. She must have just got home from work. I did forewarn her this is happening, so whether she ventures down here or not is remains to be seen. Maybe she'll come down and do a little Irish jig at intermission between round 2 and 3. Again, question number 5, looking for the book in which U2 used a chapter title from that book as the name of their song, Shadows and Tall Trees. That appears to be a stumper. And I know there's a big U2 fan out there in the crowd watching here tonight. I think he got another U2 question wrong on Thursday night. Hopefully you guys are still out there. I haven't seen any comments lately. Maybe my comment thing here is a little screwy. Oh yeah, that's a problem. All right, my little scrolly thing didn't keep up with you guys. Oh yeah, somebody requesting my wife to come downstairs and play trivia. We'll see if that happens. All right, now that I see that some of you actually did answer that music question, we're going to move on. Question number 6 for round number 2. What is the only continent with land in all 4 hemispheres? There's only one continent on Earth that is located such that land of this continent is in all 4 hemispheres. What continent is it? This is like a multiple choice. You got a 1 out of 7 question, or 1 out of 7 chance. Again, you're going to give me the name of the continent that is the only continent that has land located in all 4 hemispheres. Yeah, now I can see answers coming. My little scrolly thing got hung up for some reason. Look, my wife joined the conversation to make fun of how loud I am. If I wasn't loud, you people wouldn't hear me. So I got to be loud. All right, question number 7. Irish dance question. Give me the traditional color of Irish dance shoes for both soft and hard style shoes. Again, give me the name of the color that both soft and hard Irish dance shoes are. Give me their color. One color. Yes, Jim Lutz, my little scrolly thing. I always had trouble with my little scrolly thing. All right, we got a lot of answers scrolling in here for the color of Irish dance shoes. So that being said, we're going to move on to question number 8. And this has really nothing to do with St. Patrick's Day or Ireland, but it is this. Back in 1927, who was the very first Time Magazine Man of the Year? Back in 1927, who was the first person ever elected as Time Magazine Man of the Year? All right, we see a bunch of answers coming in for that Man of the Year as well. And quite a variety of answers. So that'll be another good one to get to inform you guys of the answer shortly. All right, we're going to move on to question number 9 in round number 2. What TV series, all right, this was TV show, what TV series showed the first interracial kiss on American network television? It happened in 1968. In 1968, what TV show pictured the first interracial kiss on American network TV? Give me the name of the TV show that happened on. Again, 1968 TV show featured the first interracial kiss on American television. What TV show was it? All right, we got a lot of answers flowing in for that one as well. Sort of neat thing is here, as I see names scroll by, this is sort of like a all-star trivia version from all my venues. We got people playing from a bunch of my venues, and then I got a lot of people here who never ventured out to one of my venues. So hopefully they'll come out, but it's sort of like an all-star game here tonight. All right, we're going to move on to question 10. This is the final of what would be 2-point questions in tonight's trivia. Again, nothing to do with St. Patrick's Day, but here it is. Apple seeds. Seeds of an apple contain what type of poison? A very small amount in each seed, but what type of poison does an apple seed contain? And I think I did read that if you ate 143 apple seeds, it would be enough to possibly kill you. But what is the poison in an apple seed that could do that? See a lot of answers scrolling past. And I see a lot of people that are going to learn something tonight. All right, now, again, in real life, this would be a 5-point question for round number 2. Nothing to do with St. Paddy's Day. But, here we go. An earthquake that measures 8 on the Richter scale would be how many times stronger than an earthquake that measures 4 on the Richter scale? All right? An earthquake that is 8 on the Richter scale is how many times stronger than an earthquake that measures 4 on the Richter scale? You're going to tell me how many times stronger an 8.0 earthquake is than a 4.0 earthquake. And I'll give everybody a little bit of time there on that. My wife actually is a, I'm going to say, somewhat accomplished Irish dancer. Possibly almost as good as me if you ever saw the video of me doing some Irish jigging. But so she probably ought to come down here and entertain us between round number 2 and 3. Round number 3 is going to be a picture round, and we're actually going to, I'm going to try and do it. It's going to be a little different than if you were playing in the real venues, but I'm actually going to hold the pictures, each picture, 1 through 11, up to the camera for a little bit of time, and I'll move on to the next one, and we'll see how that works. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but basically we'll give it a shot and see what happens. All right, I see a lot of answers for the earthquake question. So I'm going to give a little bit of time. Again, I see some new people joined us. Take a minute or two here to introduce where you're from, maybe what your St. Paddy's beverage of choice is at this point. And in a minute or two, we're going to go over the answers for round number 2. And then we're going to move on to the picture round for tonight. And again, we'll sort of see how that works. But I did give it a little trial effort in my sound check earlier. And I think, I think it'll work out all right. I'm not going to give a whole lot of time on each picture, but it is somewhat St. Patrick's Day related. It's also famous people related. So that should be all right. I hear my dog upstairs barking, which is not unusual. All right, I see a lot of numerical answers, which is obviously what I'm looking for on that earthquake question. All right, we're going to go and we're going to go back, and I'm going to give you all the answers for round number 2. And then we'll go on and we'll see how this picture puzzle round works. All right, number 1 was the world's oldest licensed whiskey distillery still in operation. It is Bushmills, and that is located in County Antrim in Ireland. Bushmills was the answer. Number 2, the sport that has official rules that actually cover T intervals. That is cricket. I never really watched a cricket game, but apparently cricket games go on possibly for more than one day. They take tea intervals, they eat in the middle of the game. It apparently just goes on and on and on. All right, number 3, the name of the Irish band, made up of 4 siblings. And this band had a hit song in 2000 with the song Breathless. That is the Corrs, Corrs, the Corrs. Now, this number 4 question, this is one that I was anxious to give you the answer and the explanation to. AD, as in 1906 AD. AD started the day Jesus was born, all right? Because BC stands for before Christ. So if AD stood for after his death, the 33 years he was alive wouldn't be accounted for. So AD doesn't actually stand for after death. It's like Anno Dominion or something like that. But it started the day he was born, not the day he died, all right? Because BC is before Christ, and before Christ was before he was born. So there's your answer. It's AD begins the moment Jesus was born. Number 5, the U2 song Shadows and Tall Trees, they took that song name from a chapter title in the book Lord of the Flies. All right. 6, the only continent on Earth that has land in all 4 hemispheres is Africa. Africa is the only continent in all 4 hemispheres. Number 7, Irish dancing shoes, black, soft and hard, they're black. Number 8, the first Time Magazine Man of the Year in 1927, Charles Lindbergh. Number 9, the TV show that featured the first interracial kiss ever on American television, Star Trek, when Kirk kissed Lieutenant Uhura in 1968. Number 10, the poison which apple seeds contain a small portion of is cyanide. And again, I think 143 average-sized apple seeds would contain enough cyanide to do you in, all right? It's good that ain't watermelon seeds. I don't eat a whole lot of watermelon, but if I eat watermelon with seeds in, I eat the seeds and everything. That's too much of a pain to pick them out. Bonus. An earthquake measuring 8 on the Richter scale is 10,000 times stronger than a 4.0 earthquake. 10,000. It's I forget the word for it, but I wished I would have remembered that word. But anyway, it's 10,000 times stronger, 8.0 to 4.0. All right, now, this picture puzzle round. How this is going to work is I'm going to go over here. I got the picture laying right at my little camera over here. And again, these are famous people who are in the picture partaking of a Guinness beer. All right, so that's the St. Patty's related part of this. But you're basically just going to tell me who is the person you see drinking the beer, the Guinness beer. All right, I'm going to walk over here and try to hold these pictures one by one. I mean, you're going to see a little bit of other pictures, but we're going to try and focus on number 1 first. How's that look out there in TV land? Number 1 is who? And again, I'm not going to hold these here forever and a day, but number one, you're telling me who that guy is. All right, I see people flowing by. Looks like a fair amount of people know that dude. We're going to move on to number two, and this shouldn't be real tough either. Number two, who is he? All right, number two. I'll hold it there a little bit. That's harder than you think. I always want to move it the wrong way. All right, we got a ton of people answering that. We're going to move on to number three. Who is that? And we're looking at the lady here. Who is that lady? Oop, went the wrong way again. All right, we got some answers on number three coming in. Again, that's not as easy as you think, holding that thing in front of this little camera. All right, we're going to move on to number four. Who is number four drinking that Guinness? It's not the clearest of pictures. You're probably getting seasick watching them. Number four, who is that guy? That might be a little bit of a stickler. I see a lot of answers. I have not seen the correct answer for number four yet. Actually, Nancy, that if I was guessing, your answer would have been who I guessed, but it's not right either. I'll give you a little bit more time on number four. All right, that'll be easy, or that'll be interesting when you guys find out who number four really is. Now we're going to readjust here. And number five, you're going to tell me who number five is there, right in front of you. Number five. Who is number five? Actually, Kim Corwin, that David Cassidy, also a good guess, but not right. All right, number five seems to be a unanimous choice. So we're going to move on to number six, the black and white photo. Who is number six? You can even look ahead almost there to number seven, but Urkel. Number six. Who is number six? I probably should have put these on like some sort of a stand I could just slide and leave there. All right, I think it's a delayed answer, but I see actually the right answer for number four just came up. Congratulations, Kelly Moore Means. You knocked out number four. All right, we're going to move on to number seven, the lady. Who is number seven? Number 7, the lady drinking a Guinness. All right, let me readjust here. My arm's falling asleep. Number 7. All right, we got some good guesses on number 7. Pretty unanimous on that number 7. I wouldn't have had a clue who that is. Nor would I have a clue who number 8 is. So we'll keep number 7 up there. You can see number 4 again if you need to. And we're working on number 8. Who is number 8? Number 8. Haven't seen any guesses on that yet. Oh, we got a guess on number 8. I'll give you a clue. I'm pretty sure that it's a golfer, but I'm not. Well, actually, Connie, you got that too. It is a golfer. I'm pretty sure. Number 8, and your clue is it's a golfer. That's going to be a tough one. Unless you're some kind of diehard golf fan, that's probably going to be a tough one. Therefore, we're going to move on to number 9. I'm going to try and get this. Let me re-grip this. Number 9. You can work ahead to number 10 too, but number 9 is what we're looking at now. Oh, Rebecca Bowler, I think you got that golfer. Number 10, who is this dude? Or number 9, I should say. We're on number 9, but you can also work on number 10. All right, we got a lot of number 9 answers. So we're going to move on. Number 10. Hang on. Who is number 10 with that oversized glass of Guinness? Number 10, the dude holding the big glass of Guinness. All right. And while you're studying number 10, the bonus, right aside in there, you can chime in on your bonus too. Who is that bonus guy? And number 10. bonus. We'll move on to the bonus. Who is your bonus question? Who is that guy with the microphone in one hand and a Guinness in the other? You don't know how hard it is holding this one piece of paper up with my arms straight out this long. Alrighty, I do see a number of correct answers for that bonus. So at this point, we're going to end round number 3 because my arm is indeed old and decrepit. And we will step back away here. And we're going to go over these answers for those pictures. So round number 3's answers. Number 1 was Conan O'Brien. Number 2 was the lead singer of U2. That was Bono. 3 was Queen Elizabeth. 4, we did have one person say the right answer a little bit after we were at number 4, but that's all right. You have all round to come up with it. Number 4 was Ronnie Wood, a rock star. Number 5 was Usher. 6, Pierce Brosnan, who was an answer to a question earlier. 7, Gwyneth Paltrow. 8, we had one answer, Rebecca Voller. Did get Darren Clark. That was a golfer, Darren Clark. Number 9, Prince William. Number 10, the guy with the big glass of Guinness was Tony Blair. And your bonus was indeed Tom Jones. Now, I myself remember Tom Jones at a much younger age. So I would have not known Tom Jones in that picture. But anyway, that was your answers for the picture round. And again, that is how the picture round works, except normally when you're out at a venue, you get the whole sheet of pictures while I correct round number 2. You sit at your table looking at them in a much more still mode than my arm shaking around trying to show it to you. And but that is the gist of round number 3, is usually a picture round. Not always pictures, sometimes word puzzles of some sort, sometimes formulas, but always a handout sheet of some sort. So that was that. Now, we got one round to go. Round number 4. And normally, again, tonight this isn't an issue, but normally on round number 4, they are 1-point questions with a 5-point bonus question. And the other little gimmick for round number 4 is after you're done with your first 10 questions, before I come to get your answer sheet, on my answer sheet, there's a little area in the upper right-hand corner where you are allowed, or you're actually supposed to guess how many you think you have right in round number 4 out of the first 10. And if you guess correctly, whatever that number is would double for your score in round number 4. So round number 4, there is a total possible of 25 points. If you get all 10 right, you guess you had all 10 right, and you get your bonus for 5 points. So that's not really an issue here tonight because we don't have score sheets. But we're going to start round number 4. And question number 1 of round number 4 is this. Who is the patron saint of lost causes? Give me the name of the patron saint of lost causes. I see somebody here, people from the White Swan, a player on the special delivery team said Tom Jones is Welsh, not Irish. Them White Swanners, they just don't cut me a break. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm going to take her word for it. Everybody knew who it was anyway, so it didn't fake anybody out. All right, again, Question number 1 for round number 4. The patron saint of lost causes is what saint? All right, question number 2 for round number 4. A type of whiskey made from potatoes is called what? A type of whiskey made from potatoes. P-O-T-A-T-O-E-S, or maybe not E-S, maybe just S. But a whiskey made from potatoes is called what? I see my wife must be playing from the upstairs. Maybe if enough of you chime in, you can convince her to come down here and wrap things up with a little Irish jig. Maybe we'll do one together for you. Again, still looking for number 2. A whiskey made from potatoes is known as this. I do not, I repeat, I do not see the right answer on my screen at this point for that whiskey just yet. So that'll be a good one to inform you guys of. Now, number 3, and this is a little bit, it ain't going to work so well on the computer, but normally in my trivia, spelling is not real important. Ashley, you got that. You got the answer. The P word, that's what it was. Congratulations, Ashley. Anyway, number 3, my question is this. Spell the word shillelagh. And again, on here, I mean, on your paper it would have made more sense, but spelling isn't usually a big factor in my trivia. But in this case, your question is spell shillelagh correctly. Again, shillelagh, which is like a walking stick or a cane. That's what a shillelagh is, but can you spell it? You're probably all using spell check as we speak. I see Barry. Nope. If you're using spell check, your spell check sucks. Still no right answers on that shillelagh. I got to get up close and personal to see these, but you guys are having trouble on that. Still no correct answers. All right, I'll give you. You can chime in on that for the entire rest of the round, and then I'll give you the correct spelling when we go over them. Number 4, food question. In traditional Irish stew, what is the meat that is used? In traditional Irish stew, what meat is the meat of choice? Again, that is number 4. Looking for the meat of choice in traditional Irish stew. What kind of meat? People are still pounding out the wrong answer for Shillelagh. Yeah, you're doing a lot better on the Irish stew question. All right, we're going to move on to number 5. And it's sort of a geography kind of question, but it does do with St. Patrick's Day. Give me the name of the only Caribbean island where St. Patrick's Day is a government holiday. The only Caribbean island where St. Patrick's Day is a government holiday. What Caribbean island do they celebrate St. Patrick's Day and actually consider it a government holiday? Give me the name of the island. This is a tough one. Although probably not as tough as spelling shillelagh appeared to be. One more time for number 5, the Caribbean island where St. Patrick's Day is considered a government holiday. The name of the island. Kim Corwin. Apparently you being a travel agent pays off. All right, we're going to move on to number 6. Nothing to do with Ireland, but it does have to do with TV show. The original Batman TV series. In the original Batman television series, what actor played the Joker? What actor played the Joker in the 1960s Batman TV series? Give me the name of the actor who indeed was the Joker on the original Batman series. That is question number 6. We got some people coming in late here, but that's all right. We got a couple questions to go. You can get the gist of it. This may not be the last night I do this in these next 2 weeks. I'm having actually a fairly fun time. And I'm glad all you guys showed up. So that makes me think I might want to do it again. Now we got a lot of people all over that Batman question. All right, we're going to move on to number 7. Number 7 is a weather question. Give me the name of the line on a weather map that links all points of equal pressure. All right, when you look on the Weather Channel and they have a map up there and there's a line and it goes around and it's connected and it's linking all areas of equal pressure. What is that line referred to? It's one word answer. One more time on that. Number 7, the line on a weather map that connects all points of equal pressure, atmospheric pressure, is known as this. One word answer. I see we got a kids themed trivia request. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow night. Maybe we'll do like a kid, mostly kids, but adults as well. Try and theme it to everybody. Maybe some Disney stuff, that kind of stuff. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow night at 6:30. If you guys are interested. I don't know about we'll try a picture puzzle, but we'll try and maybe do a kids theme type movie, whatever. That might be interesting. These kids are stuck at home, so they're probably pulling their hair out as well as their parents. So if we can alleviate that for a little bit of time in the evening, that might be a little more than a TV show. All right. I do see an answer or two that could be correct for that number 7. And Ashley, don't tell your kids that they're probably not the only people that were watching this that did not know any answers. All right, here we go. Number 8. And this has nothing to do with Ireland or St. Patrick's Day. Music question. What Johnny Cash song did an advertising company want to use for a hemorrhoids ad in 2004? What Johnny Cash song did a advertising company want to use for a hemorrhoids ad in 2004? Give me the name of the song from Johnny Cash that was almost played in a hemorrhoids advertisement. All right, that didn't take long. It's probably a twofold thing. It makes sense, and it's probably the only song of Johnny Cash that everybody knows. So we're going to move on to number 9. This is a periodic table of elements question. What element on the periodic table is represented by the symbol Hg? What element is represented by the symbol Hg? H as in Harry, G as in glove. Hg is what element? All right, I see we're, oh, there we got a element question. We were sort of fixated on that ring of fire. We are now working again on question number 9, the element on the periodic table of elements represented by the symbol Hg. Well, that's interesting. I just seen a 1,000-legger scamper across the floor. Good thing my wife wasn't down here. There he goes. Barry asked what I'm drinking. Plain old Miller Lite. Just like a night at the Swan, except it's out of a bottle instead of a glass. All right, we're going to move on to our final 1-point question of the night. And again, if you were playing for real at a venue, it would be after this question that you guess how many you think you have right out of these first 10 questions. All right, here we go. Sports question. What sport, this goes back, 1905, what sport was the first time a national anthem of some sort was sung prior to the sporting event? All right, give me the name of the sport that in 1905, it was the first time that some nation's anthem was sung prior to a sporting event. I'm looking for the sport it was sung before. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to be the United States national anthem, but the first time any nation's anthem was sung before a sporting event, which then started the trend of every country's anthem sung before their sporting events. 1905 we're looking at the sport that was the start of national anthems being sung prior to a sporting event. Don't see any right answer yet. I'm not even sure baseball or hockey was invented back that far ago, 1905. I will give you this. In the United States, I think baseball was the first sporting event in the United States where a national anthem was sung. But this, again, does not necessarily have to happen in the United States. Yeah, Connie got it. I see the right answer up there. All right. Now, since I still got most of you people online here, I will say this. This was a lot of fun, and I'm very impressed with the amount of people that showed up out of sheer boredom to hang out with me. So I'm going to tell you right now, tomorrow evening at 6:30, we're going to do this again. I am not going to be in a kilt, and it will be different questions, and I will try and theme more questions. It's not going to be Ireland questions. I'm going to try and do some kid questions, so the kids that are stuck at home have feeling like they might know something. So we're going to do this again tomorrow evening. I'm going to just leave everything set up down here, and we'll do it one more time. I probably can't do it Thursday because my wife does exercise down here, but we will do it again next week then. So tomorrow evening, 6:30, if you're interested. It's not all going to be kid stuff, and I'll try and make it adult/kid stuff, and we'll do this all again. So plan on it if you got nothing going on tomorrow at 6:30. All right, our final question of the evening here, and it does happen to be a Disney movie question, although many of us, believe it or not, including myself, was not even alive when this happened. But what was the name of the 1959 Disney movie that was about leprechauns called? All right, in 1959, Disney put out a movie that was strictly about leprechauns. What was the movie titled? A Disney movie in 59 about leprechauns. Give me the title of that movie, and I will be super impressed if anybody gets this. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes, let you type away, and then we'll go over the answers to this entire round before we wrap it up for this evening. But again, if you got nothing going on tomorrow night, at 6:30, we're going to do this again from this same location. It's going to be different questions. I'm going to try and gear more of them for kids' age questions, but that don't mean you adults are going to know the answers to them. And we'll do it again. One more time on your bonus. The 1959 Disney movie that was about leprechauns was called what? All right, Nancy, you impressed the heck out of me. If you knew that, and I'm going to assume you didn't look that up, you didn't have a lot of time there. If you knew the answer to that, pat yourself on the back. Excellent guess. Or, well, probably not a guess. You that couldn't have been a guess. You either knew that or you didn't. Nobody comes up with that title as a guess. But if you people look there, if you saw Nancy's answer, that is indeed the correct answer for that bonus. The Disney movie was called Darby O'Gill and the Little People. All right. That being said, we're going to now backtrack and we're going to go over the answers for all the questions in round number 4 before we wrap it up here tonight. And again, before we do that, I'd like to say thanks to everybody. Hope you had as good of a St. Patrick's Day evening as you possibly could under the circumstances. And hopefully it continues a little longer after we leave the air here. And one more time, I will, because this was so popular, and it amazes the heck out of me, but I will do this again tomorrow evening at 6:30. Whole different set of questions, all right? Some of them geared for younger people. And hopefully we can have as much fun tonight or tomorrow night as we did tonight. Here are your answers for round number 4. The patron saint of lost causes is St. Jude. A whiskey made from potatoes is called, and I'm going to say poteen. It's P-O-I-T-I-N. P-O-I-T-I-N is a whiskey made from potatoes. Not vodka. Vodka is also made from potatoes, but that was not the answer to this. All right, what you've all been waiting for. How to spell shillelagh. Get out your pencils. S-H-I-L-L-E-L-A-G-H. Shillelagh. All right. Hopefully you wrote that down. I might ask that again tomorrow night. I would hope somebody could get it right this time around. Number 4, the meat used in traditional Irish stew is lamb. Number 5, the only Caribbean island where St. Patrick's Day is a government holiday, Montserrat. All right. We did have some, Kim Corwin got that right. Number 6, who played the Joker in the 60s Batman TV series? A lot of people knew that. Cesar Romero. Number 7, a line on a weather map that links all points of equal atmospheric pressure is an isobar. I-S-O-B-A-R. Isobar. Number 8, everybody was all over the Johnny Cash song for hemorrhoids, Ring of Fire. Number 9, the element on the periodic table represented by the symbol Hg, Mercury. Number 10, the sport in 1905, that was the very first time ever in the whole world that a national anthem was sung prior to a sporting event, and it was rugby. And your bonus, and I did give this away when Nancy got the right answer because I was flabbergasted somebody actually knew this. The 1959 popular Disney movie about leprechauns was called Darby O'Gill and the Little People. All right, that wraps up our trivia for tonight. And since my wife didn't make it down here to do any Irish jigging, we're going to sign off. But I do, again, really thank you guys for spending your evening with me. And again, 6:30 tomorrow night, we'll do a very similar type thing, except I ain't in a kilt, and the questions will be different. So if you want to tune in and bring your kids along or tell your neighbors or, you know, maybe have a party of less than 10 at your house and play as a gang, by all means do it. We will do it again tomorrow evening at 6:30. Have a good day. Stay healthy. Stay free of your virus. And enjoy the rest of your St. Patty's Day.